when you're using one of these transfer pumps, make sure you know which end is the suction end. Which the suction end will go down in the transmission fluid bottle, and the other end will go up towards the transmission. Now this kit came with an adapter that you place inside the hose, because this hose is too big to fit in this hole right here. It comes with this adapter and this piece right here, because this right here will fit right up in here. Push it in tight. Don't break it off in there. Push it in tight so it don't come off while you're pumping. All right? Then the other end will go down in here. Make sure it's nice and tight. I'm holding the bottle with my feet so it won't tilt over. And I'm gonna put this up in here. Look like I might have to hold in there because it's not staying in there. I have to work magic here because I can't do this and pump at the same time. Okay, it's in there. Let's see what happens. Going in. Make sure the hose is all the way down the bottom of the bottle. Okay, so you can keep this up until you have put all 5 quarts in the transmission. And like I said, leave that connected, start the engine up before, and let it run for a minute or two before you remove that plug. And keep it running while you remove it. Everything connected. I didn't want to leave this hanging at this height because it could pull this out, so I tucked it over this cross member here, and hopefully when it's coming down nothing will shift. So I'm going to let the car down now, start it up, let it run for a few minutes, and then as I let it run I will go through the gears. All right. Let it stay in each one for about 30 seconds or so, and go to the next one, to make sure the fluid get throughout the whole transmission, you know, different valves. I'm gonna let this down now. I will not let it all the way down because I don't want that line to grab the floor and then maybe dislodge the whole thing. The reason why we have to start it up now because the fluid level is above that little pipe I showed you earlier. Right? If we are moving now, fluid will come gushing out. So I have to start it up and the fluid level will drop. I'll let it run for a minute or so, 30 seconds. And with my foot on the brakes, shift into reverse. Down to neutral. Then into drive. And back up. Reverse. Going back down again to drive. Reverse. Car is pretty close to the back wall. That's why my indicator is going off. And then to park. Brakes on. Out the car. We are 95 degrees, 96 degrees, which is good. Now I'm going to remove this. Some fluid will come out. Have the plug ready so you can put it in when it's time. Hey, you didn't have anything drip out. Question is it full? It should be, because they only take 5 quarts. Put this on. Finger tight. Do not forget to lock these back in place in a little bracket that they're for. Okay, and now I'm going to go out after it run for a while and test drive it. Okay, this fluid have sat in this pan for what, say half an hour or so. I'm going to drain it into this pan, another clean pan. Doesn't have to be clean, but once I've drained it all in there, then I will look at the bottom of this aluminum tray to see if there's any debris there, but I don't expect to see any because there was none laying in the bottom of the transmission pan. And so this is why I like to use these pans when I'm doing stuff like this. It's not nice and clean. I don't know what this is, but probably some grit that fell in there when I was taking the pan down. It's just 2 little pieces. Might be a little oil dry. You know, I was putting the oil dry on the floor. But that's it. We're good to go. And I was a little doubtful about how much fluid was in this car, because this car was being worked on at one point where the transmission line was not connected to the radiator, and the car was started up. At the time, they did not know how to replace the fluid, so they just squeezed some fluid in through the transmission line. And we'll see whether they got it correct or not, because now I'm going to pull this what came out into those bottles, and see if I can get 5 quarts out of that. I think this thing is going to go on fluid. 4.5 quarts. So let's close my, clean this off.